Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today it's going to be 79 degrees. It's cloudy, and they say we're supposed to get some rain. So that's a very good thing. It'll help my garden grow, and hopefully it's not a torrential downpour that ruins the garden. You just never know with the weather. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of garden work today. Maybe I'll pull a few weeds out of the beds, some of those cottonwood trees. Another thing that I have that always comes back every year, I have a lot of, is chickweed. So chickweed is actually edible, and I tried putting it in a salad last year, but it wasn't especially palatable, so I just pull it out. But it gets all those little tiny flowers, and it's very prolific, and it's very invasive. But I have a lot of chickweed in my garden. It gets in my flower beds too. So anyway, life of a gardener. I'm planning on staying home today, but you never know. I need a stint of staying home and getting some things done. Maybe I'll start in my garage. That would be a good place to start because it needs it. Lots of my gardening things I'm done using, so I need to put some things away. This year I tried to use everything that I could that I've had gathered up over the years for the garden that kind of I bought and sat there. So this year I'm really trying to make an effort to get it all used up. So that includes some decor, some fertilizer that I've had, soil, tried to use all that up. So, because you need fresh of that every year. So anyway, let's give this a taste. Cheers. Nothing like that first cup of coffee in the morning. So, I do have to get out there and clean up the yard a little bit. I'll probably do that a little later because I want to enjoy my coffee. In the mornings, I just like to sit around for a while, ponder life, make some lists, drink my coffee. I don't like when I have to hurry in the mornings. That just sets my whole day off to be a rush around day, and I don't want to do that. So I enjoy my mornings when they're peaceful and quiet, even if the dogs bark randomly, that's okay. But all in all, and I want to start doing my journaling again. I haven't done that in a while. I used to go out in my garage. I have a rocking chair out there, and I used to sit there in the mornings and enjoy my coffee and do my morning pages. So randomly over the years I've started and stopped that, and I want to get back to that. I enjoy it. I like journaling. So if you've got things going around in your head, put it on paper, and maybe you'll get a little clarification on what you should do. Or if you don't have any issues going on, it's nice to look back at your journal and remember parts of your life that you enjoyed. So, okay, I will meet you at the budget book shortly, and we'll take a look at what transpired yesterday. Okay, so here we are back at the budget book. Yesterday, I didn't stay home, but I didn't spend any money. I babysat my little granddoggie who got fixed. Oh, she was, poor thing. She had that cone of shame on and, just running into everything, poor baby. So, Diana by the beach recommended that I look on YouTube for a pool noodle dog collar. So I watched a couple videos, and I forwarded the information to my daughter because she's going to have her hands full with that little shepherd. She's, she's a active puppy. So, but she's a really good dog. She's very sweet. So anyway, my plan for today is to stay home and not spend any money. And I have plenty of food, so I can't see why I would need to go out and buy any. The garden is doing well, so I don't think I need anything for that either. So, and I certainly don't need clothes and tchotchkes and those sorts of things, so I think I'm just going to not go to the store for a while, hopefully. So anyway, yesterday I took my budget book with me to my daughter's house, and I kind of updated it, got some bills entered into my log, and I'm paying it down, so that's a good thing. I haven't been increasing it. I've been staying off Amazon for the most part. I still have a couple things in my cart that I still haven't bought, and they're actually useful things. There's a back stretcher and a neck stretcher in there, which I could use, but I've gotten by so far without it, so I'm going to hold off on that. And I haven't bought anything from Temu, even though they've got some great deals. They send me texts like daily, several, trying to entice me to go on there and buy things, but I'm not doing that either, so I'm trying very hard to go the opposite way of increasing my debt. So that's what's happening. So anyway, I need to get out there and clean up the garden a little bit before it starts to rain, but I think I'd like to go for a walk first. The last couple days I've gone for some really nice walks, and my neighborhood is very nice to walk in. You can take different routes and different streets, and it's fairly quiet. And I like to walk and just look at the flowers people plant and, get some ideas of what looks nice. And some people really do a nice job on their gardens, and other people, they're very plain, which is fine too. But I enjoy that, just getting out, and I'm not doing the power walking anymore. That's what I used to do. But it's a twofold thing. It's good exercise, and it's also good for my mental clarity and my mental health. And it's very calming for me to just go for a nice, easy walk every day. So I think I'm going to get dressed and do that. And I actually have a video on here from a couple years ago, and it's walking around my town, Olmsted Falls. I take you into all the different shops, and it sort of has a old-fashioned kind of Thomas Kincaid kind of vibe in the middle of town. And this area is really getting built up, which is kind of a shame, but that's progress. So yeah, that's so sometimes I take you with me for a walk, but sometimes I just like to chill and think about things and just have me time. So okay, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see what else is going on for the day. Well, I'm on a walk this morning, and I thought I'd get one in before it starts to rain. And it's looking hazy, but it's not looking cloudy enough to rain, but we'll see. But anyway, as I'm walking, I'm thinking about some things that I'd like to change in my life. I mean, I'm very happy with my life the way it is, But there's a few things that I'd like to change, like not working so much. You know, even though I don't have a job per se, I'm always working. And then I burn myself out, and I don't have enough energy left to do anything else. So then I kind of crash. So I want to incorporate more activity in my life without having it be work. In other words, going for a walk, which is very pleasant, and it's not work, but yet it's activity. So that's one thing I want to incorporate. And this is day number 3 of a walk, and I'm really enjoying it. So another thing that I'd like to change, that you guys know I've been working on it for a while, is downsizing my house. Right now I feel like I'm not making a whole lot of progress on that, but I'll pick that up again more as the weather turns colder. So right now I'm kind of walking around my house looking at things, thinking, do I really like that? Don't I really like that? So if I don't really like it, it needs to go. Another thing I'd like to start doing is spending more time with friends. Maybe going places, art shows, lunch, the beach. Just spending more time with some friends. I think that would be a good thing to do. So, yeah, just work less and spend more of my time doing enjoyable things. That's kind of my goal. Now, downsizing my house is not unpleasant to me. Downsizing my house is actually kind of relaxing because I do like to organize things. I think that's kind of fun, and it makes you feel good when you've accomplished what you want to accomplish. So those are just some of the things I'd like to incorporate into my life. And now that it's summer, I want to be out more, out and about more, not running around every day, but even spending time in my garden, journaling, or just relaxing. But I want to spend more time outside and a little less time inside. So, are there things in your life that you'd like to change? I don't know, I think we all have things that we would like to incorporate into our life. You know, really, there's no reason at all why that can't happen. Now, what I do when I have something that I want to do, I go in gangbusters. You know, it's like all or nothing. And I need to stop doing that and ease my way into these things so that I don't burn myself out. Because that's what happens. I get burned out and then I stop doing it. Even though it's something that I would like to do. So anyway, I thought I'd have this little chat with you. I'm going to finish my walk, and I'll be back later. We'll see what's for dinner today. So I'm taking a little break from my walk, and we have a little lake. I don't know if you'd call it a big pond or a little lake, right in our neighborhood. It's within walking distance for me, and usually there aren't a whole lot of people here. It's very peaceful. It has a fountain, And it's surrounded by houses, but a lot of times you never see anybody out in their yards. They're all in the house. So that house has a nice swing. They can sit and look at the pond. But boy, that swing is really up there in the air. I don't know, you'd have to have really long legs to get up there. So anyway, it's very peaceful here. It's like being in a park, and it's a good sized pond, and there are people that fish here. Once in a while you see somebody fishing. And then our pool is over there, and then we have a clubhouse here that I've rented for a number of showers and things, and it's not real expensive. So we have a tennis court and different things. So it also has a workout room. So let me show you the swimming pool. So this is our swimming pool. It's a nice size. It's not open yet. I mean, it's open, but it's still earlier in the morning. I don't know exactly what time it opens. So I want to spend a little time at the pool this year too. I think I've used this pool maybe 3 or 4 times in the 20 years I've lived here. So we pay an association fee, so I might as well use it. So that's another thing I'd like to do this year. Spend some time at the pool. We also have a little playground for the little kids, which is really nice. I don't have any real little kids anymore in my family, so this doesn't get used by us. And then over there is a basketball court. So lots of things to do here just in the neighborhood. We don't even have to go far. So here we have a free little library, which is really nice. I've gotten lots of really nice books here. So, lots of books here. Dog Spot Puzzle. So yeah, I've gotten cookbooks here. I've gotten all kinds of different things. So that's always nice, and they've done a really nice job of painting it. It's really cute. I like it. I like these little touches that they put places. And yeah, I really like living here. It's a very pleasant place to live. So when I bought my house, I had a lot more money. I was working as a nurse, and I made a good wage. I wasn't wealthy, but over the years now, it's been a struggle to maintain everything because my income is so low now. It's not like I can't make it, but you know, if the inflation and stuff keeps going the way it's going, I really have to tighten my belt to continue to live here, because I built this as my retirement home, and I really don't want to give it up. So I just have to figure out ways to make it work. And that's kind of what goes on now, I think, for most of us, especially if you're a senior. You know, your income doesn't go as far as it used to, and short of upheavaling your whole life, you have to figure out ways to make it work. So that's what I'm working on, trying to make life interesting and fun without totally changing my life, although at some point I may have to do that. So okay, I hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope everybody's financially all right, and just trying to figure out how to live a really abundant, frugal life. And yes, the two can go together. It's just a matter of coordinating and making things work. All right, well, it's getting kind of busy here with people and cars, so I'll meet you back at my house. Okay, well, it's noon and I want to make some dinner. So I just want to use up what I have. I still have this little piece of meatloaf, not meatloaf. I want to use that up. I have these diced organic tomatoes in my pantry. They've been in there for quite a while. I have this spicy spaghetti seasoning. I've had that probably for years. So I want to use that up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick sauce. And I also have a little piece of onion. Alright, so I have some sweet onion here too that I had left over. Now I harvested a bunch of spinach a couple days ago. I had a spinach and strawberry salad with raspberry dressing. That was really good, but I still have some spinach, so I'm going to have a spinach salad along with this. I have a few strawberries left, so that'll be my side dish. So I want to save a little bit of this onion for the salad, and the rest of it I'm just going to cut up and put in the main dish. Alright, so what I did was I divided this diced tomato in half. I have half in here, and I'm going to put a good tablespoon of this seasoning in here. And then I'm just going to blitz it up, and because I want a chunky sauce, so the rest of it I'm just going to leave chunky. And I'm going to go ahead and saute these onions. So, alright, I'm going to blitz this in my little, what is this? Ambiano. It's an Aldi's thing I've had for years. And it does a pretty good job. So I'm going to go ahead and blitz this up and see if it needs anything else. As a matter of fact, I am going to add some other things. I'm going to add some onion powder because I like it, and a bunch of garlic powder. I'm also going to add some minced garlic that I've had for a long time that I want to use up. I know you guys have seen this humongous thing of garlic that I bought that I'm trying to use up. So I'm going to put some of that in, and this will be pretty garlicky, but that's alright, I like it. Garlic's good for you. Now if you want, you can make this, I believe it's called puntanesco. You can put some chopped olives in here if you want. But for now, I'm just going to blitz this up, and then I'm going to saute my onions, and I'll be back. Alright, I have some yummy iced coffee that I made from my coffee concentrate. Turned out really good. Yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and saute up these onions in some butter, and chop up this meat. Then I'm going to add these tomatoes, and I'll be back. Alright, my onion is cooking in here. I'm going to add a little bit of basil, a little bit of parsley, because that goes great with spaghetti type dishes. Let that cook it for a minute until the herbs are fragrant. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of these tomatoes. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt, because these aren't seasoned. Some pepper. I'm going to let that cook a minute, and then I'm going to add the rest of my sauce. Okay, the sauce is smooth, so I'm going to add that. So this is a really cheap way to make your own pasta sauce, rather than, and especially if you're a single person, you're not going to have a ton of sauce that you need to use up. It's enough for maybe a couple meals. So I'm going to let that cook a minute. Give it a taste. One nice thing about being a single person and cooking for yourself, you can double dip. That's good. Now the last thing I'm going to add, I have some of this heavy whipping cream that I want to use up. So to cut down on some of the acidity, I'm going to add a little bit of that. Not too much, but it'll make it almost like a rosa sauce instead of a, you know, just a spaghetti sauce, but that's delicious. Give it another taste. Now the last thing I'm going to add, and I'm just going to heat this through, is my not meat meatloaf. And honestly, I've been eating this not meat meatloaf for probably a week in different dishes, and I could probably eat it another week and I wouldn't be tired of it, because I switched it up, I changed it around. It wasn't always the same old, same old. So, and this is plenty of sauce for a couple meals. So I'm just going to heat that through. I don't really want to boil it because it's fairly thick as it is. So there you go, and then I'm going to make some pasta, and I'm going to make enough pasta for 2 or 3 meals, and then I won't have to cook again for a few days. Plus I used up all my ingredients, my little bits and bobs of everything. So there you go, good ways to stretch your meals. I went ahead and also added some Parmesan cheese, and that'll thicken up the sauce further and give it a good flavor. Alright, so mix and match and do your own thing and be a happy cook. Alright. Okay, here is tonight's dinner. The sauce that I made earlier today with some elbow macaroni, spinach and veggies from my garden, strawberries I bought on markdown, that's the last of them, croutons I made from a little bit of leftover rye bread. If you're wondering what this is, it's a yellow mango. So anyway, here's tonight's dinner, and I have plenty for at least one more serving of this, if not two. And I have lots and lots of greens in the garden. I have salad and kale and lettuce and spinach, so still lots to eat. I just sprinkled this with a little green onion, and there's dinner for tonight. So use up what you have, invent new meals, use every little bit of the food that you have, and don't waste your money, and stretch it as far as you can. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. Make yourself a happy meal, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.